The warning came in 17 different languages, each more urgent than the last. "Never go near her," the station commander had said, his 3 eyes blinking in rapid succession of Raxian sign of genuine fear. The Empress Jathira destroyed the last human who dared speak to her uninvited, reduced him to atoms with a thought. Jack nodded politely, filed the information away, and promptly forgot about it. He had more pressing concerns, like whether the recycler would accept his protein bar wrapper or if he'd have to manually decompose it again. The Celestial Gathering Station orbited between 7 solar systems, a neutral ground where species from across the known galaxy conducted diplomacy, trade, and the occasional assassination. Humans were the newest members of the Galactic Congress, barely 3 years into their membership, still learning which gestures were polite and which would start an interstellar incident. Jack worked in waste management. It wasn't glamorous, but someone had to keep the station's recycling systems running, and humans had proven surprisingly good at fixing things that other species had given up on. His colleague Anna worked in the botanical section, keeping the oxygen gardens alive and the job that required a particular stubbornness that seemed endemic to their species. The Empress arrived on the 3rd day of the summit, her ship a crystalline behemoth that made the station look like a child's toy. Jathira of the Velshera Empire, ruler of 83 conquered worlds, commander of fleets that could glass planets, and according to every single species Jack had met, absolutely not someone to approach casually. That she was beautiful in a terrifying way. Her form shifted between states of matter, sometimes solid, sometimes something that hurt to look at directly. Her presence filled rooms, made the air taste like ozone and copper. Jack first saw her in Observation Deck 7, standing alone before the viewport watching the stars. The deck had been evacuated the moment she entered. Protocol demanded it. Even the guards kept their distance. Stationed at the far entrance, he'd come to fix a faulty air filter, his work order marked urgent. Nobody had told him the deck was cleared. "Oh, sorry," Jack said, walking in with his toolkit. "Didn't realize anyone was here. I'll just be a minute." The temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees. Every species he'd met would have frozen, fled, or collapsed. Jack barely noticed he'd grown up in Minnesota winters. The Empress turned, and for the first time in 3 centuries, someone hadn't prostrated themselves in her presence. "You," she said, her voice like distant thunder, "addressed me without permission." Jack looked up from his toolkit. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Just need to swap this filter. The humidity regulation's been acting up. You haven't noticed any weird smells, have you?" Silence. The kind of silence that precedes terrible violence. Then, impossibly, she laughed. It sounded like crystal bells shattering. "What is your designation?" "Small creature, Jack. Jack Morrison. Waste management, level 7. Somewhere in the corridor of Raxian guard fainted. "I am Empress Jathira, eternal flame of the Velshara, conqueror of Cool," Jack said, pulling out the old filter. "Mind if I just call you Zeb? This is gonna take a few minutes, and that's a mouthful." He should have died. Every analysis, every predictive model, every law of the Empress's behavior said he should have been vaporized. Instead, she sat down. Actually sat, assuming a roughly humanoid form, on the bench beside his workspace. "Proceed," she said. "I wish to observe." And observe she did. For 20 minutes, she watched him work, asking questions about air filtration, about human respiration, about why he hummed while he worked. "It's just a song," Jack explained. "My mom used to sing it. Helps me focus." "Your progenitor sang during labor." "Why yeah, works easier when you're not miserable doing it." She was silent for a long moment. "No one has ever said something so obvious to me before." "Really? Seems pretty basic." The next day Anna was working in the gardens when the Empress arrived, unannounced and unescorted. The botanical section erupted in panic. Anna, elbow deep in nutrient solution, simply waved. "Hey there. Love the shimmer effect. Is that natural or tech-based?" Jathira stared. "You are not afraid." "Of what?" "You're just visiting the gardens, right?" Anna gestured to the flowering trees. "These are earth cherry blossoms. Beautiful, but high maintenance. Kind of like station politics." Another impossible laugh. "Your companion said I could find you here. The human male with the peculiar songs." "Jack?" "Yeah. He mentioned meeting you. Said you were nice." "Nice," the Empress repeated, tasting the word. "In 300 years of conquest, no one has called me nice." "Well, were you nice to them?" "I destroyed their fleets and claimed their worlds." "Okay, yeah, that's pretty not nice," Anna admitted. "But you're not doing that now, are you? Right now you're just a person in a garden." For the next week, the galaxy watched in confusion and terror as the most feared being in known space spent her evenings in waste management and botanical sections, learning about human music, asking about Earth's history, and most baffling laughing. On the final day of the summit, she sat between Jack and Anna in the station's cafeteria. The room had cleared within seconds. "They fear me," she observed. "Yeah, you did conquer a bunch of their planets," Jack said around a mouthful of synthesized pasta. "Yet you do not fear." Anna shrugged. "Fear's exhausting. You've been pretty decent to us." That's what matters, right? Your species, Jathira said slowly, survived how long before achieving space travel? A couple 100,000 years, give or take, facing predators, disease, your own violent nature, and the indifference of your world, pretty much, and you did not develop fear. Oh, we have fear, Jack said. We just don't let it stop us from making friends. The Empress was silent. Then she arose, her form expanding, filling the room with light. When she spoke, her voice carried through the entire station. Let it be known, humanity is under the protection of the Velshara Empire. Any who threaten them threaten me. After she left, the station commander approached their table, trembling. Do you understand what you've done? Jack and Anna exchanged glances. Made a friend, Anna offered. You've made an ally of the most dangerous being in the galaxy. Ha, Jack said. Cool. Does this mean we get better lunch options? The commander walked away, muttering in 3 languages about impossible humans. Anna raised her cup of terrible station coffee. To making friends. Jack clinked his cup against hers. To being too stupid to know better. Above them the Empress's ship blazed into F, carrying with it the memory of 2 humans who looked at power incarnate and saw only another person worth knowing. And in the grand scheme of the galaxy, that changed everything.